Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Lori.
And I'm Kelly.
Today we're going to talk about Shein and Temu. And are they ethical? Are they unethical? Are they cheap? Is there a reason that they're cheap? Some of the things that we did a little investigating on. I'm going to give you a couple keywords that I learned and how to pronounce them, because I was like, how do you even pronounce these words? So Shein and Temu, they both use clothing that is manufactured in a part of China called Xinjiang. Okay? That is outlawed in every country. You're not allowed to use those labor practices because the workers there are called Uyghurs, which is spelled Uyghur. Uyghurs in Xinjiang. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about it, Laura, because I have a ton of notes. I don't want to take it over. So let me know what you found out.
Well, I found out that those Uyghurs are Muslim.
Yes.
They're Muslim Chinese. And what happens is that they have kind of like been made into the outcasts, and they've actually put them, they have like ethnic cleansing kind of going on. So they put them in these big facilities that they say don't exist. People have shown that they do. And then the thought pattern is that within these facilities, now they work for free.
Right. So that's exactly right. These Uyghurs are Muslims. There's over 1 million Muslims that are imprisoned in these re-education camps.
Yeah.
And this has been going on.
Why do they call them that? Why do they call them a re-education camp?
Because
they don't want to say what's happening. It's slave labor, and they don't want to say that.
Right.
A lot of these Muslims are in there for actually their religious beliefs. They're not in there for doing anything wrong. They're in there because of their religious beliefs.
Now, I wanted to ask you, because I'm having a problem with this whole thing. But
okay,
you sure Temu is doing it
Tell
too?
them why you're having such a problem with it, Laura.
Because I like Temu.
She loves Temu.
She
loves Temu.
I do. It's horrible, but I
admittedly,
do.
I've never used Temu, but I have ordered things off of Shein. I have. I won't after this, but I have.
Well, I will also admit we ordered things off of Shein once, and I ordered something off of Temu once. And then I started hearing the rumblings about this, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not supporting these people because there's really serious humanitarian atrocities going on.
Yeah.
I mean, the leaked documents are showing that these Muslims are treated so poorly. They're working 6 to 7 days a week, 18 to 20 hours a day. They're paying them $20 a week.
They get 1 day off a month, right? And that can be
1 day off
taken
a
away
month
from you if you do something wrong, like if something isn't perfect.
Right.
Right.
Well, they take away your pay. They're paying you $20 a week, and if you make a mistake on an item, they'll take away $16. So that's leaving you $4 a week.
But you did find this out in regards to Temu, not just Shein, because I did read it all about Shein, but I did not read it about Temu.
It absolutely is about both of them. And
yeah,
so
I mean, everything I read, I kind of heard it was both of them.
So we'll go into Temu a little bit. They were launched in the U.S. in 2022.
Which I can't believe that's so short of a time ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are owned by a company called PDD Holdings. It's a Chinese company, and they really launched at the Super Bowl. That was their big launch, was the Super Bowl ad. And I'll tell you, a group of Republican lawmakers called the CBS to drop the Temu ad before it even aired. Oh, because of the pattern's non-compliance toward the products and the slave labor, for lack of a better word,
right?
Because it was known about then. So they launched it anyway. They launched $15 million worth of coupons tied to those ads that cost $7 million per ad for a 30-second ad during the Super Bowl. Because Temu at this point was chasing Shein, who is considered the Chinese fast fashion behemoth. Like, they are the big ones in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Now, did you know that I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That as of like a year ago, that I read that Shein, before Temu really broke into the space, that they were bigger than Zara and H&M put together. The
Wow,
Shein
really?
was. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
so they had like stores in China?
So no. So
No.
Temu trades under other names in China.
Oh, okay.
They trade under other names in China. So to give you an idea, Temu is more like Amazon. Hold on, wait, I wrote this down. Yeah, Temu is like Amazon in that it's a middleman for factories. So on Amazon, there's all these different sellers, right?
Sure.
Whereas Shein, on the other hand, buys the clothes from the factories and sells them under their name. So think of them like, a retailer,
Right.
an online retailer. Okay.
Right.
So according to a June congressional report, Shein and Temu paid no duty fees on imports. So this is how they're getting away from all these problems that they're having. So there's a rule. It's called there's a loophole. There's always a loophole. There's a loophole for customs. So if you're sending something overseas that has a value of less than $800, you don't have to go through customs. So they are shipping direct to the customer, so they don't have to go through customs. So when they don't go through customs, that means they're not checking their packages. They don't have to pay taxes. Of the packages that were received, valued under $800 that came to the U.S. in 2022, 30% of them came from places like Shein and Temu. And to give you an idea, in 2022, H&M paid $205 million in tariffs that same year, going through the legit way. $205 million. One company. Whereas these other two are circumventing all the tariffs and all the customs.
Wow.
So that's a big problem.
Yeah. On our end, right? Like
on our end. And
Yeah.
honestly, the only way to stop this is by us as a consumer, because the government knew about it. The Republicans tried to stop it. They weren't able to because of the money, right?
Right.
Marco Rubio he's a senator from Florida. He did an investigation about the slave labor, and they found all these things that I just told you about. How everything gets shipped, how they're going under the $800. So Shein shoppers spend on average $100 per month. The average Temu order size is $25, which I'm surprised about. But, I guess, I don't know. They were first. Shein was first, so.
Yeah. And Shein is more clothes, right? Like I know Temu has clothes, but doesn't Temu have like everything?
Temu has everything.
Yes.
Like
yes, but Shein started as just clothes, but they're slowly getting into everything also.
Oh, okay.
They're slowly getting into everything also.
So when I was doing my kind of investigation, there was someone who found this leaked email in regards to Shein. And it was saying that they really make 3 times what their official market evaluation is. So they say they make a certain amount, but it's been leaked that they make 3 times that.
Oh, and they're hiding
what they say they make. So now, for instance, like Shein, I know got into a lot of trouble for stealing other people's designs and just slapping them on whatever they wanted. And they also got in trouble for they sold a swastika necklace. They sold
gosh.
Yes, they
Come
sold
on.
a small little rug that was very similar to an Islamic prayer rug, but they were selling it just as a decorative rug. And someone was selling a Shein a phone case that was it was kind of like a sticker, but a phone case that had like a sticker look to it. And the sticker was a black person laying on the ground, like cartoon character, handcuffed with a white chalk mark around their body. Yeah. That was some crazy stuff that I found out. I was like, whoa. Also,
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Scientists found that a toddler's jacket sold on Shein had 20 times more lead acceptable by like Canadian government standards. Plus a lot of phthalates. That's another type of chemical that disrupts human hormone levels.
Yeah.
So it's an issue for the people who wear the clothing, but it's an even bigger issue for the people who manufacture the clothing, because they're sitting there, 17 hours a day.
Right. Handling these
no less
materials.
What they're doing, right. No less what they're doing to the environment with those kind of,
Right.
Jeez Louise.
So when Temu launched in the U.S. in 2022, they already had a company in China. They had done this already, and that company was called Pinduoduo.
I actually like that name.
You like it?
It's a very fun name.
They already had the blueprint on how to do this. They knew what they needed to do to get this out there. And they're, like Lori said, the trend is right now these dupes. On Shein, they are selling what looks like to be designer Gucci's and designer products.
Yeah.
And people don't care. They don't care. They're like, oh, we want this, we'll buy it. We don't care that they're buying low quality things that are, first of all, they don't even need it. Like this low quality crap is addictive. Like the people that start shopping on here, they keep going back and back for more. They're buying things they don't even need because they just can't resist a good deal.
Right.
Well, and that's what I also read too, is that they have, like, they lose money on purpose.
Yes.
By pricing things so low, they lose money on purpose because that's the draw, that's the pull, that's the high. So if you're getting such a great deal, you just want to go back for more and more and more because you're like, oh, look, I just scored this, something that would cost me $5 and I just was able to buy it for 16 cents. You're going to keep going back.
You're going to still wind up paying a lot of money because you're just going to keep buying things that you don't need.
Right. But once they have you as their customer, it's like their hook,
Right.
It's like once they get you doing that, then you're addicted to it because you're just, you're scoring. You're like, what?
Right.
So the other thing is Temu is being sued for stealing customers' financial information and having spyware embedded in their app. So all that data is owned and controlled by CCP. So they caution you, do not download the app, because not only are they selling you garbage that's involved, people that are involved in slave labor.
Yeah.
It's poor quality that's harming the environment, that could be killing you as a consumer. They're stealing your financial information.
Right. Which I remember that from the beginning. That's why I was like, fuck that, man. I don't have it. I don't have it to give away. So
yeah, my whole thought process with that, I mean, now I will say now I have a different opinion, because when it comes to stealing people's ideas and ripping people off and slave labor and yada yada, now that's a different story. Stealing my information, to me, and this is the comments that I've read in regards to, a lot of the different YouTube videos I was looking at. I tried to look at the comments. And to me, that's kind of just, guess what? Everybody's stealing your shit. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Everybody is stealing. Like, if you think that you have any form of security or privacy, you better forget it, because everybody's stealing your shit. Like US-based,
not necessarily.
Eric got mad at me and Tess last night because we were talking about social security numbers, and I was like, I know your social security number. He's like, you don't know my social security number. So I said it out loud, and he was like, Tess was holding her cell phone, and Tess is like, I know my social security by heart. And then she said hers, and he was like, you can't say that when you're holding a cell phone.
Well, that's what I'm talking.
Somebody can get your information.
That's what I'm talking
she's
about.
Not on the phone with anybody. She wasn't like in the middle of a conversation.
It doesn't matter.
She's happened to be holding her cell phone.
They're listening to your shit all the time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are you taking his side, Laura?
Yeah,
sounds like she is.
I am. Absolutely.
Sounds like she is.
He's fucking right. You can't tell me that they don't listen. You can't say it because
Well, listen,
I
quite
can start
honestly, you
talking.
could say the same thing about the slave labor because you know damn well Nike's using child labor. They're not.
Well, Nike's being investigated, Adidas. There are other companies, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I started to. I didn't get into it, but I think at some point we'll look at the other companies because I do believe there's a bunch of them on the TikTok shop, not just TikTok. They're trying to ban TikTok, but I believe that there's some companies on the TikTok shop because that's also a China-based company.
Right.
One of the things I also investigated was so as of June 23rd, 2024. Shein is a privately held company. It is not publicly traded. However, the Chinese fast fashion retailer has filed and they are seeking to go public sometime in 2024.
Yeah.
They are
September,
talking to
I heard. September.
They're talking to investment banks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Chase, and Morgan Stanley. But they face the accusations about their labor practices and the human rights violations. So they're denying it, but they're going to have a hard time. But I'm going to be watching it.
That these huge banks will do their due diligence and look into this.
But they don't care. They don't care.
They're fucking crooks
they don't care.
too.
But couldn't
They're
they be
too.
held somewhat accountable if they know about it and move forward?
Nobody's held accountable for jack shit no more.
I would like to think that that's true, but it goes back to what we were talking about with we got to stop buying. We are the only ones who can stop this. We are the only ones that can stop this. Now, Temu, remember I told you its parent company is PDD Holding. So PDD Holding is publicly traded. Okay. It's owned by that Pinduoduo. It's a Chinese company, which just recently changed its incorporation to Dublin, Ireland. So it's registered in Dublin, Ireland, even though it's a Chinese-owned company, and they are publicly traded. So, that's something to look at. You can watch it. I did look at it. It was at like $123 yesterday per share on the stock market, which isn't a horrible price.
No.
The other thing I feel like all of this that we're seeing between, the Wendy Williams and the Diddy and the Quiet on the Set, like, I feel like we are in this dystopian type of society where it's like we have to make these changes. So what I've been doing every time I scroll through Instagram or TikTok or any social media and I see a Temu ad, I go to those little buttons and I say block ad.
Me too. I just started doing that since we decided to talk about this. Me too.
Yeah. And I encourage everyone to block all of these ads for these companies. Block the ads. And when
Laura,
they
you're
ask
gonna have to
why,
hand over your phone so we can do that.
I'm
for you.
going to have to. Son of a bitch.
You're going to have to block the ads.
Fucking ad.
Back to Goodwill in the flea markets.
Yes, exactly. Back to Goodwill in the flea markets.
But honestly, that's repurposing flea markets and Goodwill.
Oh, yeah.
That's repurposing.
Yes.
Nobody's getting hurt doing this.
No.
I mean, this is bad for the world for so many reasons.
Yeah.
The carbon footprint from all the overprocessing, all that extra shipping, all the containers, all the garbage that's winding up in landfills. I mean, these fast fashions, like they say, you wear them once and you throw them out.
Yeah.
Right. But see, that's not the kind of really the shit that I buy. So
no, you're not buying clothes. Well, maybe sometimes, but you're buying
once in a while, but not. That's not usually what I'm buying. I'm usually buying the same shit that's fucking sold on Amazon, except for on Amazon it's $5 and I'm buying it for 16 cents.
Remember when we were looking into the lipstick thing and we would find stuff on Amazon and Lori would find it on Temu for way less.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember that. And I said, I'm not shopping on Temu.
Right.
Lori said, I am. But, I mean,
and here we are.
Here we are. And then that's the other thing. The other way that Temu and Shein got to be so big is all these influencers. So they send these
Yes.
influencers all these hauls and they're making all this money off of it. They're the ones who need to stop it too.
They do,
Yes.
but my God, they're probably making a shit ton of money.
Yes, but on the expense of who? At the expense of what? Like, this is our
I agree
society.
with you. I agree. This is the world we're living in right now.
I mean, even us who has no sponsors or anything, if Temu or Shein came to me and said, "We will give you to promote our product," I'd be like, "No, sorry."
I would say no.
I would too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to. You can't support that.
No.
We have morals.
And it surprises me that, like, why isn't Dateline doing this? Why isn't this on 2020?
I was just going to say that. Like, why is this still going on? Because it's in China and their government just doesn't work the way our government does. This couldn't go on in our country, right? Like, tell me this couldn't go on in our country. Our government would shut it down.
Well, I mean,
depends on who's making the money.
The slave labor, unless you're working for PDD, I mean, doesn't go on in this country.
It's under the guise of that.
Right. So, but the fact that we as a country allow them to do business in our country, like, that's what needs to stop. I mean, I don't like to talk politics, and I don't, but I will say that, during the debate, President Trump did mention that he was going to tax all imports from China 10%. Well, that's not gonna hurt me as a consumer unless I buy those products and they raise the prices. But guess what? If I don't buy those products, and it's not going to affect me.
Right. You don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. And if we're going to be taxing them 10%, then we're going to be examining them a little bit better. And they're not going to be coming in on tax, because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
these loopholes, the under $800 loophole needs to get closed. And the only way that gets closed is by our government, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're the one who created this loophole to get this product into our country.
Right. Right.
So, for instance, Kelly, you asked, hopefully this wouldn't be happening in our country. But, I mean, just look at companies like BlackRock, who are buying up single-family homes and renting them out so that no one can even afford to buy their own house in the United States of America. So, unfortunately, it is happening in our country, just in different ways. And I'm not saying that's something that we should put up with either.
Right.
It's all bad.
Listen, we have this conversation all the time. How the hell are people first starting out able to afford anything when 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranches in our neighborhood are going for $625,000 at a 7 or 8% mortgage rate? How are people just starting out?
$130,000 for a down payment? Who has $130,000 for a down payment on a house?
I mean, it used to be like, listen, Eric and I, we were very fortunate. My parents paid for half of our wedding. We paid for the other half. And we took, the gifts that were gifted to us for a down payment of our house. I mean, I don't know any young couple who are going to make over $100,000 in gifts for their wedding. Maybe some are.
Right.
But,
Yeah, we were very fortunate. My father-in-law gave us like $10,000 to put towards our down payment.
Yeah.
That was our wedding gift. And I mean, that's very rare, but that's,
but that's when houses were $100,000.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Not when they are $600,000 or $700,000.
Right.
No,
a parent would now have to gift their child $60,000 to make that relative.
That's crazy town.
It is crazy town.
Crazy town.
But there's a company out there in our country that's driving this by doing what you said they're doing is upsetting.
Absolutely.
And that's why kids are living at home with their parents until they're in their 30s, because they can't afford to move out.
Right.
Well, the only
rents
way
are crazy.
Right. The only way they can afford to move out is by living with 3 or 4 other people.
Right.
And the problem with that is you have to have 3 or 4 different people that work within the same area. Like my friend's son, you know, they had this great idea. Oh, we're going to get a place in Jersey City, the ghetto. Well, he just had his car totaled. He had his brand new car, a Honda.
We just lost all our Jersey City listeners.
Yep. That's exactly right. He had a brand new Honda.
That's it.
Okay.
They're gone.
He had it for like a week.
Fuck
He
you,
had it for
whatever.
a week and a half. Listen, he had it for a week and a half. He parked it in a parking garage, and it just got totaled. They bashed out all the windows. They jacked it up. They stole all his tires, and when they were done, they kicked the milk crates out of the way, and the whole thing slammed onto the garage floor. So now his car is totaled. But my point is,
a week old. The car's a week old.
A week old, brand new. But my point is, you know, he's got to live where his friends work because those are the friends that he has. Like he doesn't work in Jersey City. He works in Clifton, but he doesn't know anybody who lives out that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's very difficult for the kids now to be able to move out.
Listen, living in the state of New Jersey is difficult, period. You know, I keep telling my kids, like, you probably don't want to settle here, and we'll follow you wherever you go. Because I'm certainly not staying alone with Eric.
I was going to say, but what if they go 2 separate ways? What are you going to do?
I'll have to
find
split
somewhere
my time.
in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Split your time.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't shop on Temu no more.
I know. No, I'm so sorry. It's a sad, sad day.
It's a sad day.
But just think about, you didn't need half that shit you're buying anyway.
For real.
Well, I don't buy useless things from there.
I'm sure you do.
You know what?
What was your last purchase?
Maybe our next podcast will be an inventory of Lori's basement.
Yeah. I have not bought really
and we'll
anything.
Be the judge if you really needed that stuff or not.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I have a very bad bunion on my foot.
Okay.
I wore lots of heels when I was younger.
That'll do it.
Destroyed my beautiful feet. So I have this bunion. So now the bunion's a problem. All right. I'm on Facebook. I see a Facebook ad for the bunion corrector thing. You put it on, you pull this dial thing, pulls your toe back, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I go and look at it. It's $60. I'm like, well, I don't want to pay fucking $60. Well, I go on Temu. I bought it for $8. It's the same fucking bunion thing.
Did it correct your bunion?
It's working very well.
No, it is not. The only way to correct a bunion is to have surgery. It's just a temporary fix.
That's not true. If you wear your little thing,
you can't redirect the bone.
You're not redirecting the bone.
What are you,
it's not bunion surgery.
It is not
on both feet.
It is not the bone that I am redirecting. What do you think? I didn't do any research. It is the muscle because the toe is getting.
That's not a bunion.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The toe is getting pulled to the right. It needs to go back to the left. And when you pull it back to the left, it does correct the bunion. My toe is out of line. And my bunion corrector. But when you take off the corrector,
doesn't it go back?
Yeah, so I got to wear it once a day, every day. Who fucking cares? I'm not getting my bunion shaved off.
I heard that. I want to see. My mother had that surgery, and
too long.
My mother had that surgery
time.
And fractured her foot while she was recovering, and had to go back in for another procedure.
Yeah,
and the doctor told her that's very common to fracture your foot while recovering from bunion surgery.
Hence why I'm wearing the corrector.
I had both done at the same time.
Ooh,
how was that? On each foot?
I had both done at the same time because I said I needed them both done. And I worked in retail. I'd worked in retail for a very good part of my life when I was younger. And I was like, I'm just doing this once. I don't want to have to recover twice. So we're doing it both at the same time. He did not want to do it. I talked him into doing it.
You talked the doctor into
I did. That's what I do. I could sell ice to Eskimos. That's what I do.
The doctor's
Okay, wait a
You
second.
know what? After 40 years of practice, you're right. We should do this.
So listen, I just want to put this out there, and I'm going to use the juxtaposition. Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Wendy's got bunions from working, and I have bunions from dancing drunk in heels. I like it. I like it. Ma, I have bunions because I was busy out clubbing in high heels.
There you go.
And Wendy was busy working in retail.
Working in retail. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I took the time out to recover, and Lori doesn't work and doesn't want to take the recovery time.
Yeah, what's your beef with surgery, Lord?
I don't have any problem with surgery, but I don't know. Everything that I read said that they'll just come back. So I'm like, well, I might as well just train the muscle.
I don't think
they don't
my
come
mom's
back.
did.
No?
Yours are fine, Wen?
Mine are good. Mine did not come back.
I don't think my mom's did.
I'll have to look into it further. But for
Lori
now,
does it Lori's way.
I'm very happy with my Temu bunion correct.
I think you need to start taking before and after pictures. I would like to see pictures daily of the toe.
Okay.
You
I
always
think I'm
say
gonna
how
do that.
nice your feet are, that you should be on OnlyFans. What's with
Oh,
the
I have
bunion, Lord?
beautiful feet. I told you it's from wearing them heels.
I
I
know.
have beautiful feet. I could be making a lot of money off my feet, but that's immoral too. So now I
With
can't make
the
money off
bunion.
my feet.
That's not immoral. That's
Yes,
your
it
own
is.
body.
Yeah, but
Why is that
that's-
immoral?
I don't know. 'Cause
OnlyFans
that's
isn't
like
immoral.
I
No,
think
that you,
I don't know. I
who's
think that-
who's being hurt?
I don't
Right.
know. It's just
You're
freaky
just-
fucking
you're
people that
just-
like feet. I don't know. I feel.
Okay, well,
I don't
there's
feel
freaky,
right about
there's
it.
freaky people.
You're taking a picture, you're
guess.
posting it. You don't know what's going on the other side of that screen.
I guess.
I
You're taking a
don't know.
picture of your foot.
All right. I should.
I don't know
make money
why.
off my
I don't know
feet.
why all of a sudden this turned into us
I don't know how
encouraging
it
Lori to
turned
do
into-
OnlyFans.
with my
'Cause I
feet.
want her to get a job. That's why.
Yeah.
This took a left turn I did not
Yep.
see coming.
There you go.
Hard left.
All right. So the takeaway from this is when you see these social media influencers promoting Temu or Shein, block them. Don't follow them. When you see ads show up on your social media, block them. And then they'll ask you when you say hide this ad, why do you not want to see it? And the choices are like already purchased, irrelevant. I forget what the choices are, but I don't remember what choice I picked now either. Do you remember, Kel?
What was it? What did you?
The choices when you hide the ads on social media, it gives you like choices of why you're hiding it.
You know what? I just X'd it out and it went away.
Oh,
I didn't
no, you have to
actually hit block.
No, you have to hide it. And then it'll say, we won't show you this ad again. But then as I keep scrolling, then I will see another ad again. But it may not be directly Temu, or maybe somebody else and Temu. And then you got to keep blocking them.
Yeah. You know, there's another site that I've ordered dresses from. It's so cute. I don't know if they pronounce it Vichy or Vici. It's VICI dolls. I have to look into that and see where they're from. I don't think they're the same. I don't think they're, I think they're within our country, but I have to make sure because I've ordered quite a few dresses from there and they're super cute.
Now, I do want to tell you that I do know that Temu, see, like, I know, like, my daughter's ordered stuff from, like, it's not Alibaba.
Cupshe is another one. CUP.
Cupshe is
Yeah.
another bad one. Stay away
Another
from
bad
Cupshe,
one.
too.
Yeah,
bad.
bad one. Yep.
Okay.
Stay
to
away
know.
from Cupshe.
But
Yeah.
I
she
think I ordered
orders.
bathing
Cupshe.
suits for Tess off there.
Yeah, she orders from. It's not Alibaba.
Alibaba's bad, too.
Yeah, it's another
Yeah,
one.
Alibaba sounds like it would be.
It
It doesn't.
the name
that
alone.
doesn't. Yeah.
But anyway,
AliExpress, Alibaba,
AliExpress,
ByteDance. Yeah, they're all bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I
All
wanted
bad.
to let you know, like, if she orders something from AliExpress, it'll take like weeks. But Temu
Yeah.
does have U.S. based fulfillment centers, so I can order something from Temu and have it in a couple days. Not everything, but they do have some U.S. based fulfillment.
Well,
centers.
that's because Temu is like Amazon.
Right.
right.
So they
right.
have third-party sellers.
third party sellers. Yeah.
So that's why. So that third-party seller may actually have a warehouse in the U.S., depending on what you buy.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't mean they didn't get the crap originally from Xinjiang.
Right.
All right.
I have some would you rathers.
Oh,
you
great.
do?
I do.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Would you rather never be able to close your eyes or never be able to close your mouth?
I'd rather never be able to close my mouth because I want to be able to close my eyes.
Me too. I'm going to go with mouth.
Because I need my sleep. However, with that said,
you can sleep with your eyes open?
No, Eric would be putting his finger in my mouth. Eric would be fucking with me if I could. If I couldn't ever shut my mouth, he would be. And I'm not saying sexually. I'm, that
okay,
aside.
we weren't thinking you were saying sexually.
He would be putting some. He'd be messing with me. All right, this is a good one. Would you flip a coin if heads meant you get $1 billion and tails meant you die instantly?
No.
Me neither. I ain't doing that.
No.
We all know I'm not a risk taker.
No, not my life.
Right. The other ones aren't that good. Hold on. I think we've done all of these, quite honestly.
It's hard to find.
Would you rather know what your pets think of you or never hear them speak? We don't have pets.
Well, you and I don't. How about you, Lori? What?
I have.
You've got a freaking zoo going on over there.
Hey, Ace Ventura. Would you rather never hear your pets talk or speak or know what they think?
Her animals don't talk. They just bark or meow.
Yeah.
I think you'd want to hear what they think, right?
Yeah, I'd rather hear what they think.
All right, here's a good one.
Then I could say, well, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you rather live under a sky with no clouds or no stars?
No clouds.
Me too.
Oh, I kind of like some clouds, though. So I think I'd rather live with no stars. Because if it's really hot out, I like a cloudy day. You got to have some break from the sun. The only way you get a break from the sun is with some clouds.
It is
true. Or go inside.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's how you get away from the bugs, too.
Yeah. Oh, I know Wendy's all about the bugs.
Wendy's got it down to a science.
Wendy, let's go have a drink on the porch. There's bugs.
There's bugs. No, come on inside, quick.
Climate controlled.
I'll tell you what. I talk about moving south when we retire. The bugs, man, that's an issue because not only are there more, they're bigger.
Well, it depends on.
I'm not really comfortable with the size of the bugs around here.
Right. That's why you can't.
You got to have a lanai.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have a lanai. If you're living in the south and you want to ever go outside, you have to have a lanai.
Yes. You have to have the total screened in porch. Yeah.
I was actually trying to figure out a way to screen in my porch. I was thinking about it. I think I could put like magnets. You know those magnetic screens?
Yes.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
do that.
I don't think Bill would allow it, but I would enjoy that because then I could go out there and I can't say the bugs are biting me.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So no more Shein, no more Temu, no more AliExpress.
No more Cupshe.
No more
Cupshe.
We gotta look into that Vichy dolls.
Yeah.
All right.
But basically, basically, there's a guy, and I'm next time we do our podcast, I'm gonna give him a shout out because I can't think of his name right now. But I watch a lot of his things on TikTok, and he does a lot of really deep dives into companies. So, like he was saying, everybody has to buy shampoo, but if you look at the shampoo aisle, there are only like 3 or 4 that are from small family-based companies. So buy those instead of buying one of the 25
Johnson or
that are
Procter and Gamble.
That are ultimately owned by one of those really big companies. So for instance, he was saying there was he gives a list of like 3 or 4, and I remember one of them was like that brand Mane and Tail. And that is still owned by, an individual family, not some big, huge mega corporation. So that kind of segues into what we're talking about. There's ways to spend your money a lot more wisely.
Right.
You know, even having to do with companies that are US based. Like if you're going to buy a set of knives on Amazon, you know, you can just as easily buy a knife that some guy in Wisconsin is making in his garage that cuts better than the knife that you're buying off of Amazon that's ultimately looks like it's from a US based company, but in the end is really owned by a big mega corporation that's really buying it from China.
Right.
So I think it's all about really investigating your purchases and how you're spending your money and where it ultimately is going to.
Right.
So I think that's
but the
part
problem
of the bigger
lies
picture.
in the fact that the society that we live in is instant.
Yes.
Yes.
Instant
And
gratification.
instant. Like I know my kids are not going to wait for something to arrive from Wisconsin. I mean, Amazon will get it here tomorrow.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that's a hard thing for them to get away from because that's all they know.
That's all they know.
Right.
We know different because we've lived different and we can
Yeah.
wait for
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
But the next generation, they can't wait for anything. Everything is instant. Everything needs to be on demand. The kids today, they don't even watch TV. They don't watch live TV.
No.
Everything is streaming.
Yep.
And 90% of it is on their phone. They watch everything on their phone. They don't even watch the TV. Everything is on their phone. I mean,
So
I don't think my kids have ever picked up a newspaper in their lives.
My daughter will read the newspaper. She gets aggravated though because it says you look at the front page and it says C section C5 page 2 for like the rest of the story. She's
Oh,
like,
that's right. They're
So
just gonna flip.
stupid. But I mean, really, so I know a lot, when I'm doing a lot of research in regards to this topic, I saw a lot of people actually complaining about Amazon too.
Oh yeah.
No, Amazon's a part of it because there's a lot of third-party sellers.
Amazon. Yeah.
You
Eric's
have to
very
watch
against it.
when you're buying from Amazon because they are third-party sellers. But I'll be honest with you, I shop at Walmart too, and Walmart also has a lot of third-party sellers.
Absolutely.
So you have to be careful with that too. Like I thought I was ordering something from Walmart that was a speaker. What's my red speaker? What's that brand? I don't know. It's that popular
your wireless
speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that popular
talking about.
speaker is. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, I bought that originally. I bought it from Walmart because I thought, oh, this is a really good price on this speaker. Well, it shows up and it looked like that speaker, but it wasn't that speaker. It was a dupe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized it was from a third-party seller.
Yeah.
So I brought that stuff right back to Walmart. I'm like, you're not selling me that. Yep. I mean, granted they have good customer service and they took it back, but
right.
We have to be careful even when we're shopping from what we think is a local, US-owned company.
And in that vein, I know that Etsy, there's been a lot of issues.
Are we keeping
with
you
Etsy.
awake, Kelly?
I'm so tired.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You work today. But I know there's a lot of issues now with Etsy also. Because now that has become publicly traded, that used to be for just handmade.
Right.
That's what I thought Etsy was.
No. Not anymore. Not anymore.
So what is it?
Now
it's like it's another third-party seller.
It's like an Amazon. It's like an Amazon.
Oh.
Now there are still artisans on there. And I did find that there are some new sites that have popped up that are more in the vein of the original Etsy. Let me see. Oh, maybe I made a note. But I know that there were a couple of newer sites that are more in the vein of what Etsy was originally set out to be. But I know that, for instance, Etsy is no longer that.
No, you're right. Okay. Well, until next time, thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever.
Don't shop Temu or
shop
Shein.
Temu.
Don't shop Temu.
And block all their ads.
Mm-hmm.
Block all their ads.
I'm Wendy.
I'm Lori.
I'm Kelly.
Who are you? Are you Kelly?
We forgot the sequence.
That's okay. All right. Good night.
All
right, ladies.
Good night.